Hello, everyone. This is Cactus Marsh, and we're back. We're back with more Eternity Nexus. Might have taken a couple of months off. Might have taken a couple of months off. Holy, but we're back. We're back. I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it. But let's jump right in, I guess. Back to Eternity Nexus. I think I'm just gonna like farm some resources so I can just like chat a bit with you guys. When I'm playing Eternity Nexus, well, when I'm playing Eternity, it's kind of like tough to just like talk about random stuff because I have to like think when I play this game. The fights are tough, navigating the dungeons is tough. I have to like think, and when I'm like talking about random stuff, I get like too distracted to think about Eternity. So yeah, let's just farm some like random resources, and I'll just chat. I'll just chat. But yeah, gone for like 3 months or something. Let me pull it up real quick. Well, let me get to the labyrinth first that I want to farm. I guess we can like farm. Man, yeah, I guess we can farm this. It's been too long. I can't remember where the farming spots are. But yeah, let me see how long it's been exactly. Let me pull up my last VOD. Let me see. But yeah, we're back. We're back. I'll explain everything. Let me just. I'm not prepared at all for this stream. I'm not prepared at all. I probably should have written it all down, written all my thoughts down. I'm probably gonna forget stuff. Okay, my last VOD was from October 15th. And then my second to last VOD was from October 5th, so it's been like 2 months. Been like 2 months off. Man, I thought it was 3. Not that bad, not that bad. 2 months off. Okay, so what happened? Okay, so first, how do I want to explain this? So if, hold on, I should probably just start farming some stuff. So if you can, well, if you're watching the VOD, you won't be able to tell, but if you are watching this live, you'll notice I'm streaming at 9 a.m. and not like 5 or 6 p.m. And my second to last stream and my last stream were streamed at 4 p.m. So what's up with this? Why am I switching to back to 9 a.m.? Because usually I was streaming like 9 a.m. Before that. Like I only had started streaming at 5 p.m., 6 p.m. only kind of recently. Usually I was streaming at 9 a.m. So why am I going back to 9 a.m.? Well, I think 9 a.m. is just the best for me after all. But I should explain why I even switched to the 5 p.m/6 p.m. time slot in the first place. So if you don't know, I work overnights. So everything that I do is kind of like shifted to 12 hours compared to like someone normal. Like if someone normal goes to sleep at like, I don't know, 9 p.m., I would go to sleep at 9 a.m. If someone goes to work at like 9 a.m., I go to work at 9 p.m. So yeah, everything's kind of shifted by 12 hours, so keep that in mind. So I'm going to just be farming these big rollers, by the way, but... So I work usually like 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So that's static. That's like always gonna be static. But working overnights, you get to like basically choose when you want to go to sleep. Everyone has their own like way of going to sleep for the most part. Sometimes you just like take 2 naps or something. Sometimes you sleep immediately after work. Sometimes you do stuff after work and then go to sleep. So I was like, experimenting with what works best for me. Do I work 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. and then go immediately to sleep? And then I'll wake up at like 4 p.m. and have like the entire afternoon to myself? Or do I work 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. and then have the entire morning to myself and then go to sleep at like noon or something and then, wake up right before work? So I was experimenting with that. I was going with that strat for the most part. The work 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. and then have the morning to yourself and then go to sleep at like noon. That worked pretty well for me. But then I decided to start experimenting with working 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., going immediately to sleep, and then waking up at like 4 p.m. and then having the afternoon to myself. I was experimenting with that, and I thought I would like it. I did like it. I did like it for this main reason, because the main reason was that free time, that stretch of free time that's now from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m., that stretch of free time that's before my work time is what I wanted. I did not want my stretch of free time to be after my work time from 6 a.m. to like noon. I did not want all my precious free time to be after I work, where I'm super exhausted, mentally exhausted, physically exhausted. I work at like a grocery store overnight, stuck in like, heavy milk gallons, heavy jars of glass of stuff. I did not want my free time to be, tainted by the exhaustion of work. So having my free time before work, I wanted that 4 p.m. to 10 stretch of free time. So that's why I did the switch. That's why I was trying to do the switch to 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. as my free time. All for that one reason. And I wanted that, and it was working. It was working. The first hiccup, there's going to be a lot of these hiccups. The first hiccup, if you remember, I said my second to last stream was October 5th. And then my last stream was October 15th. So there's a 10-day break in between that, and then there's like a 2-month break in between my last stream and this stream. So what was that first break? That 10-day break was caused because I was getting too comfortable with my sleep. I was getting too comfortable with my sleep. So because I was going to sleep right after I worked, I was not setting an alarm to wake up. Usually I did set an alarm when I went to sleep at noon, because I would wake up right before I went to work. So, I gotta have an alarm, because you can't sleep past work, because then you'll get in trouble. So I used to have an alarm, but since I was, not gonna wake, since I had plenty of time before work, I thought, let's not use an alarm to wake up. Let's just sleep and wake up whenever you want to. So I got too comfortable now. What's the problem with that? The problem is my sleep. I slept too well. So what happens? Let's say I work 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Let's just say I go hypothetically to sleep at like 8 a.m. So I go to sleep at 8 a.m. Let's say hypothetically I get like 8 hours of sleep. So I wake up at 4 p.m.? Yeah, so I get like 8 hours of sleep. Going to sleep at 8 a.m., waking up at 4 p.m. But I don't have an alarm. So all of a sudden I get comfortable sleeping at this. I get really good sleep. And all of a sudden I'm going to sleep at 8 a.m. but waking up at 5 p.m. because I'm getting real good sleep. And all of a sudden it becomes I'm going to sleep at 8 a.m. and waking up at 6 p.m. and getting some real good sleep. And now I can't go to sleep at 8 a.m. I have too much energy. I'm too wide awake. Because I woke up at 6 p.m. I've only been awake for like 14 hours. So all of a sudden I can't go to sleep at 8 a.m. I have to go to sleep at 9 a.m. So I go to sleep at 9 a.m., wake up at like 5 p.m. and then that gets like pushed back to 6 p.m. and then my 9 a.m. goes back, pushed back to 10 a.m. and then everything gets pushed back. The entire sleep schedule gets pushed back and it just gets ruined. That's why that second to last stream, there's a 10-day break after that because my entire sleep schedule got ruined because I didn't wake up with an alarm and I was getting too much good sleep, so I was just pushing my sleep back and back and back because I was just sleeping in. I was being too wide awake to go to sleep at my normal time, so I was just pushing everything back. So yeah, that was what happened originally. I was getting too much good sleep. That's what happened originally. So that was the second to last stream. Then it took 10 days for me to get back to normal. 10 days to get back to the normal 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So I did that, and then that was my last stream. And then I kind of just lost control of the sleep schedule. And when I say I lost control of my sleep schedule, I actually mean I lost control of my sleep schedule. My sleep schedule got ruined. It was like every day I didn't go to sleep. I just took two different naps, two different like 3 hour naps, sometimes even like two 2 hour naps or something. Sometimes even just one 4 hour nap. And when I say nap, I mean nap. Like, I don't know if you guys like have like studied this, but taking naps and going to sleep are like two different things. Like, they're two different things. If I take a nap for like 3 hours, I'm like doing different things than if I like try to go to sleep for 3 hours. And my body can feel the difference. If I take a nap for 3 hours, I might be fine like a couple hours after that nap, but all of a sudden my body's gonna start falling apart like super fast. But if I like try to go to sleep for 3 hours, my body can like last a bit. It's gonna be miserable. I'm not gonna feel fine, but my body can last. It won't fall apart. So yeah, there's a big difference between taking a nap for 3 hours and trying to go to sleep for 3 hours. So yeah, my sleep schedule was freaking ruined for the entirety of October. For the entirety of October, my sleep schedule was ruined. And it's so messed up because I like to brag about how I'm so good at falling asleep and how like that's my one superpower. But for the entirety of October, my sleep schedule was messed up. I was like, cannot get any good sleep, and I was taking like 2 naps a day just to try to get something. So yeah, during that time, I was like doing some, introspective thinking. Oh man, October was so rough, man. You have no idea. But yeah, I was doing some inner thinking, and I decided I did not want the 6 p.m. time slot for streams. I didn't want the going to sleep right after work and then waking up at like 4 p.m. thing. I wanted the old way, the going to work, finishing work, and then having the entire morning to myself, and then going to sleep and waking up like right before work. I wanted that, the original way. And I came up with some reasons. So like I said, the entire reason why I wanted that 4 p.m. strat was because all my free time would be before work, so I wouldn't be exhausted. I would, be fresh and ready to do so much stuff in my free time. But if my free time was like after work, I would be exhausted and tired, man. So that's the entire reason why I tried to do the shift in the first place. So there is one reason pushing me, but there's several reasons why I didn't really like that new time slot. Reason number one, this might sound weird. Doing chores was a pain at that time slot. Why? Because it was in the afternoon. There's so many people out there doing stuff in the afternoon, man. No one's doing chores in the morning. I have like the entire place to myself. No, I'm not antisocial. I mean, I'm kind of like an introvert, but I'm not antisocial. But like honestly, like you lose out on so much time when you're doing chores in the afternoon because you have to like wait in lines for everything. Like I tried like so I live in an apartment. We have no in-house laundry unit. We share laundry like area with everyone else in the apartment. I tried like, doing laundry at that 4 p.m. time slot, but like tons of times it was just someone was already using the laundry machine. So I like couldn't like do laundry because like when I would go to do it, someone would be doing laundry because it's the afternoon and that's when people do stuff. But in the morning when I would in the old times, in my normal times, like no one would be awake enough. No one would be up and about enough to do laundry at that time in the morning. I had the whole laundry unit to myself, so. And it's not just the laundry, it's oh shoot, I gotta, okay, I'll figure out what to do with this. Oh man, alright, okay, there we go. There we go. I was grinding too hard. And it's not even the laundry unit that got too busy. Grocery shopping, dude. Waiting in lines at the cashier in the afternoon, those lines are so long. But in the morning, no one does grocery shopping in the morning. You can count like the other customers on your hand, man. No one does grocery shopping in the morning. It is so nice to do grocery shopping right when the grocery store's open. It is so nice. it takes less time. You don't have to like bump into customers, like try to walk around them because they're hogging the entire aisle to themselves. It just takes so much less time. And then like, yeah, that was like the main reason. Like doing chores at that afternoon time slot was just so not it, man. So not it. There's another reason. Oh yeah, okay, so yeah, that's one reason against that time slot, and then I had the previous one reason for that time slot, which was to not be exhausted during my free time. So right now we're one against and one for that time slot. But here's a second reason against that time slot. Ooh. Oh man, I've just been yapping. I gotta get used to yapping again. Ooh, okay, second reason against that time slot. That time slot, the afternoon time slot, is my prime time for hanging out with friends and family. My friends and family, they don't really like hang out in the morning. They hang out in the afternoon. I feel like that's, kind of normal for people to hang out in the afternoon. Makes sense. So the prime time for hanging out with friends and family would also be the prime time for me streaming. So all of a sudden we have a conflict of interest. Why would I change my time to stream when I'm gonna be doing stuff with friends and family? It's like that means I'm gonna have to like not stream when I hang. It's like it just means I'll do less streams. It just means I'll do less streams because I'm hanging out with friends and family. So all of a sudden you have two reasons against that 4 p.m. time slot. Whew. I really should have written all this down. Really should have written all this down just to voice my thoughts. It's tough. It's tough getting your words in your head out in the open. It's tough. But yeah, basically the 4 p.m. time slot just did not work for me. Chores just took longer because there's more people in the way, and my streams, I just couldn't do enough streams because I would be hanging out with friends and family during that time slot, so streams would just, get like postponed. So there's some other reasons, but those were the two main ones against that time slot. So in the end, after ruining my sleep schedule for the stupid 4 p.m. time slot, I decided not to go for the 4 p.m. time slot. After ruining my entire sleep schedule and like trying to fix it for the stupid 4 p.m. time slot, I decided to just not go for the 4 p.m. time slot. So October was me just in hell, honestly, in hell. October, I was just not getting any sleep. All for something I decided to just not do in the end. But at least I, figured it out. At least I figured it out. So yeah, like I said, those days in October, I was literally just like napping 2 times a day to try to get any like amount of sleep. And like those were small naps too, super small naps. And like, so you would think, why not just sleep instead of taking 2 naps? Why not just sleep? Here's the problem. I need to like voice this correctly because it's like this is the main problem. So let's say you end up with like no sleep and you're just like super tired, or like your sleep schedule's ruined. Yeah, okay. So to preface this, let's say your sleep schedule's ruined, and you try to go to sleep but you take a nap, and that just wrecks your entire sleep schedule. So you take a nap, let's say a 3-hour nap. That's what like starts off this entire chain. You take a 3-hour nap, and then this is like gonna ruin your sleep schedule. So as an example, let's say you go to sleep normally at like 10 p.m., but for some reason you took a 3-hour nap at 5 p.m. So you take a 3-hour nap at 5 p.m., you wake up at 8 p.m., and then when 10 p.m. comes around, you're too awake. You're too wide awake to go to sleep at your normal sleep time. So you push it. You stay up till midnight. You stay up till like 2 a.m., maybe even 3 a.m., and then you try to go to sleep. Like you probably have like work in the morning or like something that makes it so it cuts off that amount of sleep that you would have gotten. Like you end up like going to sleep at 3 a.m., but let's say you work at maybe like 9 a.m. So you only really get like maybe 5 hours of sleep, and that's like pushing it. You probably get 4 hours of sleep. So because you took a 3 hour nap that was close to your normal bedtime, it made you too wide awake to go to sleep at your normal bedtime. So you pushed your sleeping time till too late, and then you try to get some sleep, but then your priorities like work make it so that when you do try to get some sleep, it's only like 4 hours. So this is what happens. You ruined your sleep schedule, and now you're super tired. You're super tired, and you come back from work, and you're like, okay. I come back from work. It's like 5 p.m. because we're imagining you work like a 9 to 5. Come back to work, it's like 5 p.m. and you're super tired. Remember, 10 p.m. is your like normal bedtime, but it's 5 p.m. You're super tired. Are you really gonna last 5 hours to get to 10 p.m.? No, you're not gonna last 5 hours to get to 10 p.m. You're super tired. You're super tired, so you're gonna take a nap. Well, you're gonna try to go to sleep, but you're not gonna be able to get sleep. You're gonna take a nap. And why can't you go to sleep? Why do you take a nap? Because you woke up theoretically at like 8 a.m. because you work at like 9 a.m. You woke up at 8 a.m. and you're trying to go to sleep at 5 p.m. You have not even been awake for 12 hours, so you can't go to sleep. Even though you're super tired and you really want to go to sleep, you can't go to sleep. All you get is like a 3 or 4 hour nap because you haven't been awake for 12 hours or more. You want to go to sleep, but your body just physically cannot get you that like 8 hours of sleep that you want because you haven't been awake for 12 hours. That is the dilemma. You haven't been awake for 12 or more hours, so when you try to go to sleep, your body just only gives you a nap. That is the problem I faced in October. And it's a self-repeating problem because you gotta stay up for more than 12 hours so you can get so your body can actually like sleep for more than like 5 hours, but you're too tired to stay up for 12 or more hours. So you always just constantly take these 3 or 4 hour naps. Oh, that was, I hope I explained that pretty well. Basically, the gist of it is your body will take naps. Even when you want to go to sleep, your body will take naps because you haven't been awake for 12 or more hours. And yeah, hopefully that explains it. I was just in that constant state of being too tired to stay up for 12 or more hours. So I tried to go to sleep, but I only get like a 3 or 4 hour nap, and it just keeps repeating over and over again. Ooh, that was me during October, man. During the entire second half of October and like kind of even into the first half of November. November, I managed to fix it. But like early November, I was still like struggling. So yeah, that's mainly one of the reasons why I took a 2-month break from streaming. That's one of the reasons. I was just in hell, man. Taking like 2 naps a day. Trying to get like a full night's rest, but not able to. Cause stupid naps, man. Honestly, I hate naps. Like, honestly, I hate naps. I hate naps. They just ruin everything. They ruin everything, man. But it's so tough when you're like on a low amount of sleep to like resist the urge to take a nap. It is so rough to resist the urge to take a nap. But I hate naps. Ooh. So yeah, that was me. Let's say end of October and first week of November. That was me. And then I was also, figuring out that I don't want to go to the 4 p.m. streaming time slot. That I just want to go back to my normal 9 a.m. streaming time slot. So that was me. So that was like the first month of my break. Quote unquote break. That was the first month of my break. The second month of my break was I was depressed. Honestly, I was depressed. I feel like that's, how I want to say it. Yeah, I was just depressed. Probably because of that whole month of getting like no sleep, but other things, also affected my mental health. But yeah, that second month, I was kind of just depressed. And trying to stream and be entertaining while you're depressed, that's not a recipe for success. That is not a recipe for success. I'm feeling better now. I wasn't like you don't have to worry about me too much. I wasn't like thinking any of like harmful thoughts. Like I was never like in danger. I was just depressed. Just depressed. Probably from the lack of sleep and then probably from, other things. We'll just call them other things. We won't go into like too many details about it. I think you can like kind of figure it out. But yeah, I was just depressed. Yeah, man. I really, I'm better now. I'm better now. But yeah, that's kind of the entire reason why I took a 2-month break. First month was just me trying to fix my sleep schedule because it got really like fucking ruined. And then the second month was just me being depressed. Yep. That's the reason. That's the reason why I took a 2-month break. But I'm back. How do I want to say this? I don't have any self-hatred in myself. I like myself. I like who I am. I like how I am. Of course, I have insecurities. Of course, there's things I don't like about myself. But for the most part, I like myself. Like, everyone has flaws. Everyone has stuff they don't like about themselves. But as a whole, I like myself. So I was never, like, in any danger in this depression. I wasn't, like, thinking any, like, dangerous thoughts. And I knew I would eventually come around and, have the mental strength to get out of that funk. But, like, still, that month was rough. that month was rough, man. That was a rough... those 2 months. Those 2 months are rough. Honestly, you want to know something? I'm pretty sure 2024 has been the worst year of my life. Honestly. I don't even think it's an exaggeration. Honestly, 2024 has been the worst year of my life. So far. Is the word I don't want to say. But I have to. So far, 2024 has been the worst year of my life. Yeah. Even like middle of 2024, if you remember, I told you guys I had like ear pain for like 2 months. And it took me like a month to get a doctor to see it. And then even then, the doctor generally like he diagnosed it to the best of his efforts. But like in the end, I had to like do some more self-research and figure out, oh, I should get a better pillow because I'm a side sleeper. And I get a better pillow and all of a sudden my ear pain lessens. Every now and then, like there'll be some like tiny shudders or like a tiny like twitch in my ear or something. There's still like something with the ear, but there's no pain anymore. That's the good news. There's no more pain, but like I think there's still something up with the ear. But yeah, this year, year and year, this year, man. Honestly, I think it's just been the worst year of my life so far. So far. And even like the beginning of 2024, my sleep schedule got beginning of 2024, my sleep schedule got so ruined by like so many different things. Like I had to switch my internet router out for like a new router, and then like they kind of bungled the installation, so I had to like stay up like way past my bedtime because I work overnight, so my bedtime's like in the morning, like normal hours where people actually do business. But since they bungled the installation, I had to like stay up. And then like my brother, he's my roommate, he brought some friends over, and then they just like were really loud and just made me get no sleep on one day, and then that just ruined my entire like couple of weeks. I didn't blame my brother for that, but like that was still just rough. That was still just rough. Yeah, this year, man. This year. Honestly, I try not to be, too depressing. I try to be upbeat, at least on streams. On streams, I try to be upbeat. In real life, I'm like neutral to like upbeat. I'll be upbeat if like we're friends. I try to like make jokes and stuff, but for the most part, I'm just like neutral. One of my coworkers said I have resting B face, and I like didn't put the pieces together. So I was like, resting B face? What? As like opposed to resting A face? But then they were like, no, resting bitch face. Oh, that was funny. That was a funny one. Yeah, I'm not usually. I don't really get like angry at much stuff. I'm like pretty chill, pretty easygoing. But yeah, this year, this year. Ugh, but we're back. We're back. We're back. Um, there's some other stuff I did. This is why I wanted to write it down. Because, like, there's some things that I was doing during my 2 months off that I wanted to chat about. But, like, I'm probably just gonna forget it all. Or, like, not remember something. My memory's the worst. No, I don't have any Ariane threads. I told you my memory's the worst. Now I have to freaking walk all the way back. Um, let's see. What do I want to talk about? Let's talk about some fun things I did on my 2 months off. Besides the depression and besides my sleep schedule getting ruined. Let's talk about some fun things. Um, First thing we can talk about is Pokemon Pocket. Whoa, dude, it's so good. Pokemon Pocket's so good. I'm so happy. I was hyped for that game like for months. For months I was talking about Pokemon Pocket. I was waiting for it for months, and man, it is fun. It is fun. And the good thing about it is you don't have to spend like any time on it. You can like spend like a minute, maybe like 3 minutes a day, and then you get like, you know, everything you need out of it. It is so nice. Just have like a game you don't have to invest too much time into that like, gives you like still a lot of good stuff. Dude, Pokemon Pocket's so fun. Right now I have a Pikachu deck. I know. Pikachu EX deck. Like, what am I, a meta sheep? I know. But I also have a Blaine deck, and I actually am using the Blaine deck more right now. Dude, that Blaine deck is so fun. Dang it, I have to go the other way. Unless I want to fight that stupid boss again. Man, why couldn't I have just bought an Ariane thread? But yeah, Pokemon Pocket is just so good. Highly recommend. I'm doing it free to play just because I wanna. Currently, I'm saving some money. I'm actually planning. Well, eventually, I'm planning like a Tokyo trip, so I'm saving some money for that. But yeah, eventually down the line, I want to do a Tokyo trip with my brother again. We did one before COVID hit, and that was so much fun. I love Tokyo. It's the best. Highly recommend. Their public transportation is like top tier, and then they have so much cool stuff. Even if you're not into like anime or games, like just like the city is so well built. There's so much cool like nature. Like there's like a mountain that you can just go up. That's like right near Tokyo. You just like take the train, and it's like within like an hour or something. Like it's called like Mount Takeo. I'm probably like saying it wrong, but yeah. Even if you're not into anime or games, like Tokyo is a great city. Highly recommend. But yeah, I want to plan another Tokyo trip, so I'm just saving my money. That's why I'm going to free to play in Pokemon Pocket. But yeah, it's really fun. Really fun. I almost have the entire card decks though of Genetic Apex. I have like 206 out of, well, okay. I have almost the base card decks. Whoops. Kind of bonked the mic there. I have almost the base card decks for Genetic Apex. I have 206, 203 out of 226 base cards for Genetic Apex. But since I'm, free to play, I'm like nowhere near close to completing the expanded card decks, which includes all like, the crown rares, the hyper rares, all the illustrative rares. I mean, I've got like a decent amount, but The full arts, I have like no full arts, man. I have like maybe two, three full arts. Yeah, I'm never gonna complete the like expanded hyper rares for the genetic apex, but I'm getting really close to the base card decks for genetic apex. I might have to like bust out a couple points for stuff, but yeah, I'm getting really close, which is pretty cool, pretty cool. But yeah, highly recommend Pokemon Pocket. It is so fun, so fun, and you do not. Yeah, the main selling point is you do not need to spend like a lot of time to get fun out of the game. You just like hop on, open up a pack, maybe look at some stuff for a couple minutes, and then you're done for the day. Maybe you'll check back in like, I don't know, 12 hours to open up another pack. But yeah, it is just so much fun. And I'm so happy too, because one of the other things, oh man, one of the other things that made me depressed this year was that I would get hyped for games, and that would be kind of disappointing. The games would be kind of disappointing, and like that doesn't sound like a major thing, but when your main hobby is video games, and that's like your main way to like relax, decompress, and have fun, and when you end up like not being able to interact in that hobby because you're getting disappointed because of your personal taste in that hobby, it gets kind of depressing. Gets kind of depressing. And like I said, it's all personal taste. Like there's been like a bunch of cool stuff coming out, but personally I've kind of gotten disappointed by some of it. So that's why I was so happy with Pokemon Pocket. So happy. Pokemon Pocket, it's good. It's good. Let's go. Pokemon Pocket. I'm so happy. So happy. I'm just farming stuff, by the way, just so that I can yap on about some random things. Just doing some mindless farming currently, but yeah, Pokemon Pocket was one of the cool things that happened during my 2-month break. I don't even like calling it a break because it was like, ugh. But yeah. And then another thing happened, Pokemon related. And then, Pokemon TCG related. So I ended up liking Pokemon Pocket so much that I bought a booster box of Pokemon cards. I bought Stellar Crown. Yeah, Stellar Crown. It's not the latest set. Okay, so the latest Pokemon set in English is Surging Sparks. Everyone was going crazy over Surging Sparks because there's like a Pikachu that's worth like $300. But because of that, buying any Surging Sparks product, it costs a lot of money. But the set before Surging Sparks, Stellar Crown, it does not have a Pikachu. It doesn't really have any like chase cards. So buying Stellar Crown product is actually pretty cheap. I managed to buy, I think it was like 36 booster packs for only like $100, which if you do the math, 100 divided by 36, that's like $2 and like 3/4, like $2.75 for a booster pack, which is like a really good deal. $2.75, $2.80 for a booster pack, that's a really good deal. But yeah, Surging Sparks, very expensive. Stellar Crown, not that expensive. But that does mean I don't get to go after the the chase Pikachu that's worth 300. But it's fine. I was yeah, so I bought a booster box of Stellar Crown. Booster box is like, I think that's the correct term. It's a 36 booster packs. Hold on, I need to drink some water. Ugh, my throat. I was just yapping nonstop there. My throat. Probably gonna have to drink some more in a bit just to keep my throat lubricated. Moisturized? What's the correct term there? Hydrated? I think yeah, hydrated, right? I don't know. Who even knows how English works anyways? Who even knows? But yeah, I bought a 36 booster packs of Stellar Crown, and that was actually a lot of fun. It had been like years since I last bought like TCG product, and like a lot of years since I last bought Pokemon TCG product, but it was a lot of fun. Um, it was worth it, entertainment wise. I got a lot of entertainment out of opening up the booster packs. It was not worth it money wise. I ended up looking up like the prices of all the cards I pulled after I opened up all the packs. So I spent $100 on 36 booster packs, and after looking up like the TCG player prices, I only got like $50 worth of value. So monetary wise, not the best deal, but I wasn't doing it, to get rich. I wasn't doing it to, make a buck. I was doing it for entertainment because, I was depressed. I was depressed. I needed some good vibes. I needed some good vibes. So I went to, good old reliable Pokemon. You can always rely on Pokemon to give you a pick me up. And yeah, I let me get my Pokemon cards. I don't have like a IRL cam, so I can't like show you them, but I can at least like maybe pull them up like online and show you them online. Be right back. Okay, I got this cool like leather binder too. I might be able to show you what it looks like. I don't have like that much desk space, so I'm like really trying to move everything. The one thing with the binder though is like it doesn't really like stay open. it likes closing in on itself, so it's kind of tough. So quick break from Etrian Odyssey. Let me see if I can pull up some images. So let me see. How do I even want to do this? Let me show you the binder first. Pokemon leather binder. I think it is made out of leather. Okay, yeah, here we go. So it's not like the best picture, but I can make it work. Sorry, you might be hearing that noise a lot. I don't even know if you can hear that noise, but the noise of like getting like a notification on Windows. Might be hearing that a lot. Okay, so this is the binder I got. Yeah, you can't really see it, but it's like a leather binder with Pikachu. And it's like, actually made out of leather. And it's more of a golden yellow than the picture showing. Like that yellow isn't like very accurate. It's more of a golden yellow. But yeah, it's a really good binder. But doesn't like stay open on its own. At least not until you're like a couple pages in. But yeah, that's the binder I got. Now let's talk about the polls. The polls. What did I pull? So like I said, Stellar Crown. You're not really going to get like anything crazy out of this pack. Out of this set. Let me see. Stellar. Oh no, there's a better way to do this. I'm going to see like what even is like the most valuable card in this set. So sort by price. And then only show me cards. Yeah, so the most expensive card in this set is the Terrapagos EX, which is like $44. Let me just make sure. $44? Actually no, it's $70. The $44 was like damaged quality. But if you want a near mint quality, it's $70. Okay, $70 ain't that bad. But that's the chase card. It's $70 for a Stellar Crown. In comparison, the chase card for Surging Sparks is show me only cards, is a Pikachu that's worth like, jeez, it's worth $450. I'm gonna like try to show you the comparison here. I don't want to show you guys my browser in case like it leaks something, so let me just do this. I don't think this leaks anything. Yeah, it doesn't leak anything. Okay, here is... Okay, so this is the crazy Pikachu. The crazy Pikachu. That's worth $450 from Surging Sparks. It's crazy, man. It's not even like competitively crazy. It's not even going to be as competitive at all. You see that like energy cost? Grass, lightning... Yeah, grass, lightning, metal. And then you gotta discard 3 energy. It's not even gonna be meta. But it's not a lot of money because of its like actual card usage, it's a lot of money because it's a Pikachu and it's collectible. So yeah, that's the Surging Sparks chase card, 450, 480. And then let me show you the Terrapagos. I don't even know how you say that. Terrapagos? I don't know. Yeah, it's like $70, $80 for the Terrapagos. I feel like I'm not saying that right. It's fine. Who even knows English? Who even knows? So yeah. This one actually like looks cooler in my opinion. Like the gems and like the background I think looks cooler than the Pikachu, but because it's, you know, not a Pikachu. Yeah. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. But I did not pull this. I'm just showing you the chase cards. I did not pull that. Did not pull that. What did I pull? Let's see. Let me tell you first and then I'll show you. So I pulled a Lileep illustrative rare, which is a pretty cool looking one. I pulled 2 A-Spec cards, a Deluxe Bomb and Sparkling Crystal. I pulled 2 more illustrative rares, a Verboot and a Zorora. And then I pulled like a full art Kofu and a full art Dash Bun. And then, oh, I guess like I pulled a full art Galvantula EX, although I think it's more of an ultra rare. I don't think it's a full art. And I think the Dash Bun was an ultra rare too. I get confused by some of the Pokemon rarities. I think it's a full art. I think it's technically called an ultra rare, but the colloquial term, or like the casual term, is a full art. But the technical term is an ultra rare. But yeah, let me show you some of these. So let's see. I guess I can just like, how do I want to let this up? I'll just type in Lileep. Lileep. Hold on. I can do this. I can do this in a timely manner. Okay. Here we go. So yeah, the Lileep isn't worth any like real money. It's worth like maybe $2, but it looks cool. It looks so cool. It's my like highlight card of the set just because of how it looks. So here is the Lileep. Look how cool that is, man. Look at that. I love the art on these Pokemon cards. I love them. I pulled this card, man. It's an illustration rare. It's so cool. I think this is my favorite card I pulled from the set. I love it. It's so cool, man. Let me pull up the A-Spec cards next, because they're pretty interesting. They've got this like cool, like pink purple like background to them. Pretty cool. The image isn't gonna do it much justice, but like seeing it IRL is pretty cool. It's got like a cool shine to it. Cool shine. Hold on, I need to move some of my stuff. Okay, let's get Lileep out of here. Goodbye, Lileep. I love you. I love you, Lileep. Grass type is also my favorite type too, so I'm glad I pulled the Lileep. Okay, so this is what an A-Spec card looks like. It looks better IRL, trust me. It looks better IRL. There's like a cool shine to it that's like got like a diagonal diamond shape to it. But yeah, A-Spec cards, you can only have one A-Spec card in your deck, and then it's like a super powerful thing. But yeah, online, I'll be honest, it doesn't look that good, but IRL looks so good. It's got this cool diamond, like, shine to it. Doesn't cost that much. Does not cost that much. Like I said, I spent $100 and only got like $50 worth of product. So monetary wise, not worth, but like I'm telling you, I did it for the entertainment of, you know, opening up booster packs and being like, whoa, look at this. Look at this. I'll show you guys the 2 other illustrative rares that I got. Because I think the illustrative rares are so cool, man. I'm so happy that Pokemon does them. Because I think that's kind of like a recent thing that Pokemon's did. Hold on. Reboot. Yeah, Reboot. I think like the illustration rare is like kind of recent. Because I don't think they had illustration rares during Sun and Moon. I think Sword and Shield might have been the start of illustration rares. I'll look that up soon, but here's the reboot. I pulled this one, the illustration rare reboot. It's a pretty good one, It's playing soccer with a snowball. I'm not the biggest fan of the Gen 8 starters. They're like kind of some of my least favorite starters, but it's a cool looking card. I mean, I'll never turn down an illustration. Oh, it's really 650. What the heck? Why does this cost more than Lily? What the heck? Why are people spending more money on Reboot than Lily, bro? They're spending more money on this than the Ace spec card. What the heck? Okay, and then the other one was Zorora. Zorora is a weird Pokemon. It's like one of the mythical Pokemon from Gen 8. But like no one's like, when do you ever like encounter Zorora? Because it's a mythical, so like you have to get it from like an event. And during the Sword and Shield era, like, is it even Sword and Shield? Hold on, I need to do a quick check. It could be from Sun and Moon. Zorora. It's gotta be. Oh, is it Sun and Moon? No way. No way, it is Sun and Moon. That's insane. It's a mythical Pokemon from Gen 7? When the heck do you get this guy? What kind of event do you get this guy? No one owns a Zorora in game, man. No one has ever used or seen a Zorora. Here, you probably don't even know what it looks like. Let me show you what this illustration rare Zorora looks like. No one's ever even seen this guy in game. Gen 7. I know Zarude is a Gen 8 mythical. I know that. Let me just look that up just to be sure. Just to be sure. But Zorora? Yeah, Zarude is Gen 8. Zarude is a Gen 8 mythical. And like I said, mythical is just from like an event. It's like some distribution mystery gift thing. But yeah, when do you have these? I mean, I love this illustration rare that I pulled of it. I love it. But when do you ever use it, man? When do you ever find a Zorora? But yeah, other than the Zorora, the Reboot, the Lily, and the 2A spec cards, like, I didn't really get much, like, insane. Like, I think there's like 20 pages in this binder, and really it's like maybe 1.5 pages worth of like cool cards. But so, okay, let me reiterate that statement. There's 20 pages in the binder, and there's like 1.5 pages worth of like rare stuff, like hyper rares, double rares, ultra rares. So that's what I mean by like, you know, good stuff. The rest of the pages are like commons, uncommons, and just like regular rares. But some of the commons and uncommons look cool. Like, let me show you one of the commons real quick. Some of them look cool. Like, sure, they're a common, so they don't have like any cool frames or stuff, but the art can still be good. The art on these commons can still be good. Let me pull up this Impidimp real quick. Shoot, I gotta drink more water. My throat. You gotta take care of your throat, man. There's some scary things that can happen if you don't take care of your throat. Some like scary things that can happen. But yeah, some of the commons and uncommons look cool. So let's get rid of Zorora. Let's show Impidimp. I probably got like 3 of these Impidimps, and dude, look at that art. Look at that art, man. That's such a cool, like, just art style for Impidimp. I love it. There's a lot of like crazy looking commons and uncommons. Let me see if I can figure out any others. I mean, even just like the regular Pokemon art is cool. It's just, yeah. And just like looking through this binder, I kind of got it like organized. I'm sorry I don't have like an IRL cam, but I never bought one. Ooh, even the Veluza. Let me show you the Veluza. Let me pull that up real quick. Veluza looks really cool. But yeah, even some of these commons and uncommons look just like pretty cool. And it's just neat like owning these and just being able to like flip through a binder and like being like, ooh, look at this, ooh, look at that. Yeah, some of the art is cool. Really, it's just like for the double rares and hyper rares, you get like the cool, you know, foiling, you get like the cool frames. But you can still get some good art on these commons and uncommons. Like, look at that Veluza. I love that Veluza. It's so cool. That's like such a cool Veluza. Dude, they even got like a good Eevee in this. Oh, and the Togedemaru. And the pants. Yeah, there's just so much cool art. I think that's one of the really good things about Pokemon is the art. The art is just so good. My favorite experience, so I've like opened up Yu-Gi-Oh booster packs a lot, but my favorite experience of opening up booster packs is definitely Pokemon. Pokemon booster packs are just so much fun to open. I think really just because their art is so good, and then the rarity system is also really fun because there's just like so many different rarities that you can pull. And how Pokemon works, they've changed it recently, so it's more like beneficial for the customer kinda. Like getting the chase card is still like super rare and like insanely rare, but like just like a general getting like any rare is kind of easy now. I forget how many cards are in a booster pack. It's like 10, but there's like three spots. There's 2 reverse hollow spots and then 1 rare spot. So reverse hollow is just like has like a basic like hollow stamped onto it that will have like, you know, the water symbol on it or the grass symbol. So the reverse hollow is just like a basic hollow that can show up on any like common, uncommon, or rare. But the first reverse hollow spot also has a chance of being like a specific like illustration rare or like something crazy. And then the second reverse hollow spot has like a chance of being like an A spec card or like something crazy. And then the rare spot has the chance of being a rare or like an ultra rare or something. So it's like you just get like a lot of fun opening these booster packs. Oh, the Drifloon. Let me show you guys the Drifloon. Drifloon's also pretty cool. Yeah. So I would recommend, if you can control your spending and not go overboard and be, you know, responsible, I would recommend Pokemon cards, booster packs, because it's actually pretty fun. Although with that said, I don't think I'm going to be buying a lot of booster packs. It's fun, but you do have to be responsible because you could just spend like infinite money on this. I think, yeah, the responsible thing is to just not do it. Maybe do it once a blue moon. Yeah, look at that Drifloon art, man. It's so good. That Drifloon art is so good. Yeah, be responsible. Do it in moderation. Man, I still love that Impotemp I showed you guys. That Impotemp is so good. Yeah, moderation is key. But yeah, it's basically just like 1.5 pages of anything higher than a rare. And then 18 pages of just commons and uncommons and like rares. Rares sound good, but like they're basically just commons and uncommons. Ooh. Let me put my binder away. Be right back. But yeah, that that kind of helped me through my depression. Opening these booster packs kind of helped me through my depression. Like I said, would recommend in moderation if you can control yourself and not spend a bajillion dollars. I would recommend. How I've done it is, so like I said, I bought a booster box, which is like 36. It's like 36 or 32 booster packs, and then that's all I did. I've not bought anything else, and I'm not planning on buying any more Stellar Crown product either, because in my mind, what I pulled from that Stellar Crown booster box is what I'm getting from Stellar Crown. I'm no longer engaging in Stellar Crown buying. I got my pulls, and what I got is what I got. So if I were to buy more Pokemon TCG cards, I would buy like another booster box, and then I would just never buy anything from that particular set again, and those would be my pulls. That's how I'm like controlling my spending. But probably I'm not even gonna buy like another booster box. Maybe like if I get depressed again. Oh, that's a dark joke. That's a dark joke. Holy. That's a dark joke, man. That's a dark one. Yeah, if I ever get depressed again, I'll buy another booster box. Holy. Wow. Okay. Why do I have these headbinders? Was I gonna fight a boss? Why do I have these headbinders in my inventory? I might have just fought a boss. Hold on, let me deposit those headbinders. I thought I just unlocked the new labyrinth. Yeah, I think I just forgot to deposit these headbinders. Yeah, why do I have these? I'll keep the somas. But yeah, that was one thing I did over my 2-month time off session. I bought a booster box of Stellar Crown and it was a lot of fun. But yeah, Pokemon. Pokemon! Whoopee! One of these days I'll play some Pokemon on stream. I've got some ideas for some fun Pokemon streams. Got some cool ideas. Pokemon, man, you can always count on Pokemon. I mean, kinda. You can kinda always count on Pokemon. As long as you don't count on the game as being, you know, high quality graphics and high quality performance, you can always count on Pokemon. You know, I'm praising Pokemon, but I got burned out on the Pokemon games, man. I stopped playing after Sword and Shield. I didn't play Legends Arceus, I didn't play Scarlet Violet. I stopped after Sword and Shield, man. I stopped. And you know what the funny thing is? I actually liked Sword and Shield. I hated that the graphics and the performance was not there, but like the gameplay was pretty fun. Like it was just a classic Pokemon go from town to town, fight the gym leaders, fight the Elite Four. I liked it. I didn't like that there was no side areas, really. That the routes were all just a straight line. I did not like that. But I loved the Elite Four thing, where it's like you gotta fight these 4 gym leaders that are super strong now, and then you gotta fight your rivals that are super strong, and look at this, we're fighting the evil team right now, and look, you gotta fight the legendary, and then you still gotta fight the champion. I loved that. I loved this huge rush of super strong fights at the end of the game. That was so fun. That's what I like from a Pokemon adventure, these super strong fights at the end of the game. It was so cool doing them. So I actually kind of liked Sword and Shield. That's why I feel conflicted. I liked Sword and Shield, but only some of it. And yeah, I just got burned out. Especially once I saw, like, you know, Legends Arceus like de-emphasize those trainer fights that I liked at the end of Sword and Shield, and then Scarlet and Violet, like random trainer fights got really de-emphasized. Maybe not the like Elite Four, but like just the random trainer fights. And I'm not like really into the like the totem Pokemon in Sun and Moon. I did not like. And then in Scarlet and Violet, you've got the River Rooms and the Titan Pokemon. So that was just not really doing it for me. Not really doing it for me. So I got burned out on Pokemon games, but like the Pokemon IP, I still love. I still love the Pokemon IP, man. How can you not? How can you not get excited over freaking Pikachu and Squirtle and Charmander and Bulbasaur? How can you not get excited over them, man? They've got us, man. They got us hooked. They got us freaking hooked, man. And I love it. But yeah, I got burned out on the games. So it's very weird. Very weird, my relationship with Pokemon. Very weird. Um, like I said, I really should have written some stuff down because I'm just gonna forget some things that happened over my 2 months that I wanted to talk about. I'm gonna forget. One of the things. Oh man, there's one thing I want to talk about. It's just so. Guess what, everyone? I shaved my head. I shaved my head. I'm bald now. I shaved my head. Whoa. I mean, you guys have never seen my face, but I used to have hair, of course. But yeah, I shaved my head. I'm bald. So what brought about this change? Well, like I said, you haven't seen my face, but to be honest, I've had a receding hairline. Like when I say receding hairline, I mean receding hairline. It was not a good hairline. And I knew it. I knew it for a long time. I knew it for years. It was like that for years. I was just kind of procrastinating, doing something about it. I was growing the back of my hair out and like trying to be like, look, I can still grow hair. I can still grow hair. Look at all this hair in the back of my head that I'm growing. But the front of my head would still just be completely like receding hairline. Like I was just not really lying to myself, but more just trying to run away from the fact that my hair was just like non-salvageable. And like, oh shit, we can't run away. Oh, okay. I gotta think. Okay, no, I'm just spamming run away and leaving this place. I'm in the middle of talking game. Let me yap. Okay. Let me get to like an easier place so I can focus on yapping. Because I think there's like a real deep conversation that needs to be, well, not needs to be had, but can be had about baldness. I mean, probably particularly male pattern baldness, but baldness in general. Like, women can get bald too, and can get bald of their choice and not of their choice due to like genetics and stuff. So it's not just limited to males. But yeah, there's like some talks that can be made. So currently, I think it's actually very healthy, the environment, culturally. Like there's a lot of like bald people that you can look up to. I mean, just watch Breaking Bad. There's like so many bald actors in there that you can like look up to. And there's like, good looking bald people like Jason Statham. He has kind of like some fuzz on his head, but he's basically kind of bald. The Rock, Vin Diesel. Like there's like enough bald people. I'm sorry, I'm not naming any bald women, but like I'm not that I'm bad at like remembering people's names. I mean, there's like some bald woman in Black Panther that looked great. Um, but yeah, I'm bad at names and remembering stuff. But yeah, culturally, I think baldness is like accepted, and I think that's a good thing. I mean, of course, it's a good thing. Like I'm trying to like put the words in my mind out, and it's tough to like get my opinion across. But becoming bald can be very emotional, because it can feel like you're losing something. It can feel like you're losing something because like essentially you're losing your hair, right? But it shouldn't be that way, and it's not, culturally. That's what I want to say. Culturally, we're very acceptive, and I'm happy for that. But the process of becoming bald can be very emotional, and you can get like very tied up in it, and you can like get depressed, angry, sad, try to run away from it because it feels like you're losing something. You're losing your hair, but it shouldn't be treated as that. You shouldn't imagine it as a loss. You should imagine it as a change. You're not losing something, you're merely changing something. It's basically changing like a flavor of ice cream. It's like instead of getting strawberry ice cream, you're getting mint ice cream. It's still a flavor. You're not losing the ice cream, you're changing the ice cream. If you get what I mean. What the heck? I really need to sell some stuff, bro. But yeah. And that's why I say culturally I'm happy that like becoming bald, like you have people that you can look up to because it is a very emotional thing. So you want the culture around you to be acceptive of that so that you can get some people to support you. Because everyone around me has been supportive of me shaving my head and becoming bald. Everyone has said like positive things and brought me up and been very nice about it, and that's been very helpful, very very helpful, and I'm very grateful for that. And I'm happy that we live in a culture that is that accepted. I mean, it should be accepted. I'm not like, you know, it shouldn't be like crazy that I'm saying this, but like, you know, I think it's still important to say it. like like it might be crazy that I'm making such a big deal out of this, but like it's both kind of crazy that I'm making a big deal out of this, but it kind of makes sense. Like it's an emotional thing that you can feel like you're losing something, so like it's very like it's like all, it's like your identity, like self identity, self image is very important. Like there's so many like so many people like struggle with, you know, like self-worth, self-image, self-identity, that like it's very important to have like a healthy culture that will, you know, nurture you and help you if you like, you know, get down on yourself, on your self-worth and self-image. So I'm very happy that, you know, we have like a good community and a good like people to look up to that will help you get through, you know, balding. I know it sounds kind of weird, but like I think you guys get it. I think you guys get it. I think you guys get it. But yeah, I shaved my head. Shaved my head. And luckily everyone has been just so kind. So uh yeah, so kind. Trying to think of other words, synonyms for kind. Like I said, it's tough getting the words in my mind out, but I think you guys get the gist. And sure, like, you know, on the internet, everyone makes bald jokes. Like, there's no getting around that. Everyone makes bald jokes, but like, I think as a whole, culturally, we're like very, like, kind about the balding process. Like, you'll never get rid of bald jokes, but still, I think culturally, we're like very kind for the balding process. Yeah, I think that's nice. I mean, yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, I basically had like a receding hairline, so that's why I wanted to shave my head, and so I did it. It was very interesting going through that process, like actually just, you know, getting rid of all my hair. I did it all by myself. I didn't go to a barber because I thought it would be more fun to do it by myself. I thought it'd be, you know, like a fun thing to say that I did. So I bought like some professional like hair scissors. I already had like an electric razor, and then I bought this specialized uh head blade. It's like, you know, like a razor you would use for shaving, except that razor is like attached to like this device that has like a wheel on it and has like a ring. So you slip the ring around like your middle finger so that you can just move your hand back and forth along your head, and then the razor moves back and forth, and then the wheel helps it glide back and forth across your head. I think I can pull up an image real quick of it, but yeah, it's basically like the blade will be attached to your hand. I'll show you the one that looks like a car because it's funny. Their first model looks like a car, but then the second model just goes down to one wheel. But yeah, it just helps glide the blade across your head, and it has like, you know, like a, I don't know, man, I'm so bad at speaking. It's like the blade can pivot, so it can like adjust to the shape of your head, because you know your head's not like, your head has contours and like it's round. So yeah, that's the head blade's first design. It looks like a car, doesn't it, with those treads on the wheels. But yeah, you insert your middle finger into that ring, and then you just run your head back and forth. The wheels help the device glide along your head, and then the blade has like a pivot, so it can just like smoothly glide along your head. So yeah, I had hair scissors, an electric razor, and then this head blade. So what I did first was I tried to cut as much hair as possible with the scissors, because I had a lot of hair. Even though I had a receding hairline, I grew a lot of hair along and in the back. Like I said, as like a way to like kind of hide from the fact that I was having a receding hairline. It's, yeah. You will try to hide from it, but it's best to just embrace it and accept it if you're if you have a receding hairline. Sometimes people don't have a receding hairline. Sometimes you just have a gorgeous head of hair. But if you do have a receding hairline, it's you should just accept it. And you can make a receding. Okay, yeah. Let me say this. You can make a receding hairline work with a hairstyle. You just need to like make it work. You got to do some specific things to make it work. I was not doing those things. I was not doing those things. But you can actually make a receding hairline hairstyle work. It's possible. But one, my receding hairline was just like really bad, and two, I was just not doing the things needed. So I just decided to go completely bald. So I used the scissors to cut as much hair as possible before I started going with the electric razor. I was cutting a lot of hair, man, with those scissors, and it was funny. I was like trying to get clumps, and I was like, "Oh, nice, successful clump, got nice." And then I tried to get like another clump, nice, nice. I was like trying to like treat it as like a mini game almost from like Mario Party, like see how many successful clumps you can get. You have to make sure your hair is wet. I think I don't know like the entire reasoning. I know it like makes your hair soft, so it helps the scissors cut through it, and I know it helps your hair like stick together to like make a cohesive form that you can cut. But I don't know like the specific reasons. But yeah, you want your hair wet, and then you just like I was just like cutting it, and then eventually I couldn't get like any like big strands anymore because I cut them all off. So that's when I shifted to the electric shaver, and that's when I tried to get like a close shave. I can't with my electric shaver. I can't like get a super close clean shave, but I can get like a buzz with my electric shaver. So I tried to get like a buzz cut with it. It ended up. It's so tough to get the back of your head, man. I even had like a side mirror to help me, but it was like so tough to get that section because like even the angle, like I knew where the hair was in the back of the head, but I just couldn't get the angle right. So the electric shaver just couldn't get like any good like cutting because I just couldn't like get my arm in like a good angle. So I couldn't like get a good buzz cut, but I got like a decent one. And my electric, I had to like recharge my electric razor too. It took a while. It took about like 2 straight hours in the bathroom, just like cutting my hair and then shaving my head. It took me like 2 straight hours. I had to like recharge my electric razor. And then once I used the scissors and the electric razor and got it to like a buzz cut, I took a shower to wash off any of the excess hair and then to get my head prepped for the clean shave from that head blade I showed you with the wheels. That head blade would get me the clean shave, so it wouldn't look like a buzz cut, but would instead look like a shiny bald head. Because my electric shaver couldn't get a clean shave; it could only get a buzz cut shave. So I prepped my head in the shower for the head blade. I bought I think the company is just called Head Blade that sells that device. They're just called Head Blade. I bought the razor from them, and then I bought some other products. I bought an exfoliating rinse, to use in the shower to, exfoliate your head so it gets rid of all the dead skin cells and, like, cleans it. So I did that in the shower, and of course, cleaned up in the shower. And then I used their shaving cream. I forget, like, what's special about their shaving cream, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And then so I, get my head all shaving cream applied and then start just running my hand back over my head with the head blade attached to my middle finger. I did a pretty successful job. It's pretty clean shaven. It was interesting. Some downsides, I kind of nicked myself, man. I kind of cut myself. So the head blade is good at not cutting yourself, but I was inexperienced, so I didn't really know how like hard I needed to be pressing down. I didn't know like what angle I should be doing with my hand. So the head blade's good at not cutting yourself, but because I was inexperienced, I kind of cut myself. The first two cuts, hopefully this like doesn't like I'm gonna upload this VOD on YouTube, and I know YouTube uses like an AI to like look through the video and see like if there's any like messed up content. So me saying I cut myself, hopefully that doesn't like trigger anything from like the YouTube AI. I cut myself while shaving, YouTube, while shaving. Audio jungle, audio jungle. But yeah, the first two cuts weren't too bad, like pretty small. But then I tried to get to the back of the ear, and I just could not get a good angle, and I unfortunately got like a kind of bad cut there. It was like, it made me stop shaving my head because it was bleeding. It was bleeding. Yeah, back of the ear, I couldn't figure out a good angle, and then I kind of just like, ugh. Yeah, so I need more practice, more experience. But yeah, I gotta figure out how to do the back of the ear area. Might have to look up a video of it. Might have to look up a video on how to get that area. But yeah, other than those three hiccups, the three cuts, other than that, it went pretty well. I was very happy with the head blade. Very easy to use. Just need a bit more practice with it. And like I said, the back of the head I managed to get kind of well. The electric razor couldn't really buzz cut the back of the head that well because I couldn't, like get a good angle on it. So there was still like actually a kind of a clump of hair. It wasn't buzz cut in the back of the head. It was kind of like a clump of hair in the back of the head because I couldn't get the electric razor back there. So luckily the head blade got that area really well done. So yeah, I shaved my head. Shaved my head. I'm planning on shaving my head every other day because I do want it like cleanly shaven. I don't want like a buzz cut appearance. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just I kind of want the cleanly shaven head. But doing it every day sounds like a nightmare. So I'm gonna do it every other day because I want like my scalp to not be like constantly like stressed from a blade cutting the hair on it. I want my scalp to have some time to recover, so I'm gonna shave every other day. And then once I shaved, I used an aftershave from Headblade. It felt nice. I think it has like mint in it, so that felt like a nice cooling experience. But yeah, that was an interesting journey, shaving my head. Like I said, everyone was so kind and so uplifting about it. Everyone said I looked so good, which was very nice to hear. So yeah, very nice, very nice. Shaved my head. Like I said, I was just kind of procrastinating it because I knew I was going to do it eventually. But yeah, pretty cool. Hold on, let me drink a bit more water. My throat! Oh yeah, dude, like I said, I should have written this all down because I'm probably gonna forget something about what I did on my 2 months off. But Teamfight Tactics, I don't know if you guys know about the game. I mean, you probably know about Teamfight Tactics, but yeah, the latest Teamfight Tactics set is out. It's what, set 13? I always get confused by what set they're on. Yeah, set 13, TFT. By Riot Games. Oh, that's too bright, too bright. Make it nighttime again. Too bright. No, I'm an overnight dweller. But yeah, I got kind of hooked on TFT for like a couple weeks. I didn't stream it because, well, one, I was like, had no sleep and was depressed. But even if I wasn't on no sleep and depressed, I still wouldn't have streamed it because TFT, I know there's some very successful TFT streamers, but for me, it would not be a good stream game. It would not be a good stream game. Why? Because there's so much downtime. There's so much downtime. You're spending so much time just waiting and waiting and waiting. It's just like, the game like gives you barely anything to like react to. And like, I know like, it gives you some stuff, but like it gives you like nothing, man. And I know there's like some very successful streamers like Soju. I love his streams, man. Soju's so funny. And Box, I love Box, and Emily Wing, I love them. And Disguised Toast, like I said, very good people, very good TFT streamers. But yeah, for me, I wouldn't be able to really make a good stream out of TFT. But it's a fun game still, fun game. Because with the when you're not streaming it, the downtime's like actually a good thing. Because you can like boot up a game of TFT, and then like during the downtime you can like either use the toilet or like bring up a snack or have like something pulled up on the second monitor. So the downtime's actually really nice if you're not streaming for TFT. But yeah, TFT set 13 was a lot of fun. If you don't know, my first time playing TFT was like during set 5. I think that was a fun like Yordle set. It was either set 5 or set 6 that had like Dawnbringers and Nightbringers, and I also liked the Dawnbringer team. But then when they introduced the augments, I liked that set, but then they had augments again in the next set and then the next set, and then I was like, okay, this is kind of just the same thing over and over again. So I kind of like fell out of TFT, and then I kind of like, kept an eye on TFT. And so when set 13 came around, I was like, okay, maybe I'll try it. And then I got hooked. I don't know what set 13 did differently, but I liked it. It still has augments, but I don't know. Maybe it's just been so long that I just came around. They also have anomalies, which are not augments, but are kind of like augments. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I'm not playing TFT anymore right now. I played it for like 2 weeks and then stopped because I still have some problems with TFT. My main problem is it's not balanced, and I need to specify what I mean when I say it's not balanced. It's not balanced in the way that you can spend time, luck, and effort into a certain team comp, and someone else can spend a certain time, effort, and luck into another team comp, and they will just be stronger than you. And that's to be expected, but to the level that it happens in TFT, it just gets annoying. And I need to specify, you can spend time, luck, and effort into one team comp, and someone can spend less time, effort, and luck in another team comp and still be stronger than you. Someone can be less luckier than you and less skilled than you, but the team comp they choose is just stronger, because not all team comps are viable, and that's to be expected in any game. But in TFT, it just feels so bad, especially because you don't know it when you first play. When you first play, you're like, oh, Chem Barons, oh, Enforcers, oh, the other stuff. Oh, this is a fun team. And then you make the team, you get lucky, you hit everything, you get like an Enforcer 8, you get like the gold Enforcers, you get like everything crazy, and then, oh, they have a Kog'Maw 3. And that's it. They just have a Kog'Maw 3, and then you die. Oh, they have a Twitch 2 in the back line. You die. Oh, they have a Corki 2. You die. And the only way to like know the good team comps is to just either experiment yourself or to just read online. And then once you do know the good team comps, it's like, well, I can only play Corki, Kog'Maw, Black Rose, the others that I'm forgetting, Heimerdinger. Yeah, you can only play these select team comps. There's more like this, so I should specify this set actually has like a lot of meta team comps compared to previous sets. So this set's actually really good at having a good amount of meta team comps, but not everything's meta. You can go into certain skills and characters and invest all your luck and skill into it and be luckier than others, but your team will still not be better than other teams because it's not balanced. That's what I mean when I say it's not balanced. I know every game can't be balanced, it's just not perfectly feasible, but when it happens in TFT, it just gets annoying. Gets annoying because it limits you to certain team comps, so you basically have to ignore so many things about the game. You have to ignore so many characters, so many items, so many traits, so many augments, because it's not viable and you will not do good if you pick them. So you're basically looking at like a sea of options, but like so many of the options are just not real. They're bad, so you just ignore them and you just hope you get the good options. That's why I'm not a big fan of TFT. Even though I actually like this set a lot. I like this set a lot. The set does a lot of good stuff. I actually like it a lot, and actually has like a decent amount of viable meta team comps. I just don't like TFT in general. It's I don't blame Riot, but I still just don't like TFT. Like if you ask me what would I do, I would have no answer. I would have no answer. I don't know how you would fix my problem with TFT, but I still have a problem. I still have a problem with TFT. Even though I don't know how you would fix it, I still have a problem. But it was fun for like a couple weeks. It's fun for a couple of weeks, and then I, remembered why I stopped playing TFT. But it was fun for a couple of weeks. So yeah, not bad. And it's a free game. It's a free game, so like I cannot complain. I cannot complain. Free game, easy. Yeah, I had some good fun out of it. The team comps I was going for in the end were Conquerors. Conquerors were a lot of fun. And then what was the other team comp that wasn't Enforcers, but was like one of the main team comps? Like not main, but like I can't figure out how I want to phrase that. Not Academy, not Enforcers. Rebels, yeah, basically like the two I don't know, two mainstream one, the two I don't know what I want to say, but Rebels and Conquerors were the team comps I was playing. Rebels, it was tough. I mean, it was just both tough. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun playing Rebels and Conquerors. I don't have any honey threads. Forgot to buy them. But yeah, I would not stream it because there's just so much downtime in that game. So much downtime. I almost got to Emerald rank in it, but I just decided to stop. Like right before I got to Emerald, because I I was just getting tired of ignoring so many units. But yeah, fun game. Like I said, I try not to be too negative on this stream. I try not to talk about things I don't like too much, but honestly, I think I end up talking about stuff I don't like a lot. I think it ends up happening a lot, which is fine. And the main reason why I don't like talking about negative stuff on stream is because I know, like, just because I don't like it doesn't mean I know other people will like it. And I'm fine with that, but like me talking about something I don't like might alienate people, because they might be like, wait, I like that, what are you talking about? You don't like it? I like it. Why are you saying all these things? And I don't want to like, do that to people, so I try not to create that situation. But it's when you're trying to make entertaining talk, you start running out of stuff to talk about, so you're like, might as well talk about stuff I don't like. Plus, this is like also an area where I just like try to voice my thoughts and opinions. So like, no need to like bottle up all my negative thoughts and keep them to myself. Might as well, share some of them. I've shared a lot of them. I've shared a lot of them. Let me save real quick. Let me save. Ooh. And let me get some more water in my throat. That might be everything I wanted to talk about that I did over these past 2 months. Let me think. Was there anything else? I really should have written this stuff down. Oh, there was. There was. Okay. So if you don't know, um, I work in a grocery store overnights. Um, Last November, I think I stopped streaming last November. And I say that because Thanksgiving, man. Thanksgiving was a nightmare at the grocery store I worked at. It was insane. So I've worked at this grocery store for 3 years now. The truck that was like the Friday before Thanksgiving, that truck was the largest truck in my entire 3 years at this grocery store. It was insane this year. It was so exhausting. It was mind-boggling, man. Like, actually mind-boggling. So some numbers. So I'm gonna say like a case. Let me get you on my vernacular level. So a case of product is like, let's say it's like a case of milk. That would be like 4 gallons of milk in one case. Let's say it's like a case of pasta sauce. That would be like 12 jars of pasta sauce in one case. Let's say it's like a case of cereal. That would be like 8 cereal boxes in one case. So that's what I mean when I say case. This truck was 1,800 cases of dry product. And what do I mean when I say dry product? I mean product that doesn't have to be refrigerated or frozen. So 1,800 cases of dry product. For frozen, it was like 5 pallets. For dairy, it was like 10 pallets. I can't remember the case numbers on them, but it was insane. Insane. It might have been like freaking 1,300 cases for dairy. I remember it being something nuts like that. Either 1,300 or 1,200. It was insane. We literally had like no room in our freezer because our freezer's like, for some reason, like insanely small. For backstock, it's like insanely small. We have like no room in it. And we have to share it with like bakery and like sometimes like prep foods, sometimes like some other departments. So they had like freaking so many pallets in our freezer already of just like Thanksgiving stuff, like some like turkey prep stuff. I don't even know. They didn't have turkeys. We like rent a refrigerated truck to put like some other like turkeys. Like that's where we hold all of our extra turkeys, because you need a lot of turkey backstock for Thanksgiving. You need a lot of turkey backstock on Thanksgiving because people will just buy turkeys and you always want to have turkeys on hand. So that's why we like rent a cooler truck to have like more room to like just hold turkeys. But our freezer was just like filled with like, I don't know, baking stuff or something. Maybe like turkey broth. Not turkey broth. I don't even know. It was just filled. So when we got that frozen, man, we had like no room to put anything. So I've literally never done this before, but we went to like the meat food freezer and the seafood freezer just to see if they would have room for like U-boats of backstock. And we put like U-boats of grocery backstock in like the meat and seafood freezers. I've never done that before in my entire 3 years being there. I've never had to like go to other departments' freezers to put stuff in. It was insane. I don't know what happened this year, but this year was just insane for Thanksgiving. Our store managed to sell $1 million that Thanksgiving week in sales. Usually we don't hit $1 million in sales on normal weeks. Usually we hit like maybe 700,000, somewhere around that ballpark. But this Thanksgiving week we hit $1 million in sales. It was insane. I think like 4,000 people visited the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. 4,000 people visit our store on one day. That's insane. I think like I think I did some cool calculations. So our store was open like, let me see, 12, 13. I think it was open 14 hours that day. Hold on. Let me do something real quick. Okay, so what is that calc? So yeah, and then that divided by 60. Okay, I might have done like the actually no, I think I did the numbers right. Okay, so yeah, there's 4,000 people that visited the store that day, and we were open for like 14 or 13 hours. So 4,000 people divided by 14 hours is like 285. 285 people visiting every hour. So 285 divided by 60 is like 4 or 5 people visiting every minute. Every minute there's like 5 new people going into the store. That is insane. Every minute there's 5 new people going into the store. That is just insane. Holy, 5 people every minute. Every minute there's 5 people going into the grocery store. We have like a self-checkout area, but there's only like 6 self-checkout machines. So if like anything backs up, that's like just insane. 5 people. It boggles my mind. I don't know if you guys have ever worked retail, but that's just insane. And I work overnight, so I didn't have to experience all those customers. I only had to experience the effects they had on the shelves and stuff. But like, just imagine that 5 people every minute. If any of those people at the checkout like take like an extra minute or two, just like, I don't know, fumbling or just doing anything, like having like questions or anything, it just backs up instantly, man. 5 people every minute. That's insane. Like I said, this Thanksgiving was insane. I don't know what happened to make it different than last Thanksgiving. Last year's Thanksgiving, I don't even think we hit $1 million in that Thanksgiving week in sales. I think that was actually like a low Thanksgiving last year, but this Thanksgiving was just insane. I know like the population is still rising, so like in theory more people will always be buying groceries every year, but like, right? I'm pretty sure. is the USA population growing? I can't really find, like, I don't want to use the AI overview. I try to avoid the AI overview. Okay, the nation, no, this was last year. That's fine. The nation gained more than 1.6 million people in 2023. Okay. So yeah, in 2023, the population in the United States grew by 1.6 million. So yeah, in theory, every year, if the trend continues, more and more people will be buying groceries because there's more and more people that exist. So I think that's mainly the only explanation I have. That's why this year's Thanksgiving was just so insane. Like, this actually was insane. Like, so many of my coworkers were like kind of stressing out. I had to like be like the calming voice of reason. I really had to be the calming voice of reason and be like, relax, we'll handle this, we'll figure it out. It looks impossible to deal with, but we'll figure out a solution. I had to like be the voice of reason and just like calm people, man, because it was insane. I've said that word so many times, but honestly, it was insane. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. I'm gonna be honest. I'll need to explain myself, but I kind of enjoyed the chaos. I think you can understand, you know, when you work a repetitive job and it's the same thing every day, day after day, same thing, You know, you kind of enjoy the chaotic days. You kind of enjoy the chaos that happens when something unexpected happens or when something doesn't go as usual. You kind of enjoy the chaos. So, not gonna lie, I kind of enjoyed the chaos of this Thanksgiving. But it was exhausting. It was exhausting. Holy. I also don't know if you guys have heard, but eggs. There's an egg shortage. I think I talked about this in October. Maybe even in September. Yeah, I think I talked about this in September. Is that there's an egg shortage? But yeah, there's an egg shortage. The guy I talked to about it said it wasn't because of avian flu. But then I talked to other people, and I think it might be because of avian flu. So maybe the guy I talked to originally had like some false info. But yeah, there's an egg shortage. I think one person I talked to said it might be because of the hurricanes that happened. Maybe that affected some like chicken farmers on the east side of the United States. And I could see that. I could see like the hurricanes messing with the chicken farmers. But maybe it was because of avian flu. Maybe the first guy I got the info from was wrong. That happens. But yeah, there's been an egg shortage. Like every time our dairy order rider is like, okay, I'm gonna try to order like 100 eggs, like it's, how do I wanna, the vernacular for eggs is a bit different. Let me think. So 12, let me think. 3, 12. So, man, okay, I'm bad at this cuz I don't really do a lot of the dairy order. I don't really do a lot of like the order writing where you like order the trucks. So I don't really know the vernacular. But let's say, so okay, I know this. So an egg comes in a carton of like 12, like a dozen. So that's the standard unit, a dozen eggs. And a case of eggs has like 15. So 15 dozens are in one case of eggs. And then a pallet of eggs is like 45 cases. Because it's like you make like a 3x3 and then you stack that up. Yeah. So a pallet of eggs is like 45 cases of eggs, and then a case is like 15 dozens of eggs. You can see why I'm getting confused. But basically our order writer was like, okay, I'm gonna try to order 100 cases of eggs, so I'm gonna try to order 2 pallets of eggs. And then you know what comes in? 10 cases of eggs. Out of the 100 cases of eggs, we get 10, maybe 15 cases of eggs. Yippee! And our order writer's like, bro, I wanted 100 cases of eggs and you give me like 15. You give me like 10. You give me like 6. You give me like none. Yeah, sometimes we got like no eggs in. Sometimes we got like none eggs in. None. 0, squatch, zope. Yeah, that egg shortage definitely made this Thanksgiving a bit weird. And it's still ongoing. Honestly, the egg shortage, it's gotten better. Like we're getting more eggs in every single day, but it's still like some of the brands are just like we will not have them at all forever. Forever is not the right word, but you know what I mean. But yeah, that egg shortage was very interesting. We had an egg shortage last year that was caused because of avian flu. I don't think it was during Thanksgiving. I think it was more during summer. But yeah, we also have an egg shortage this year. Maybe, I guess it is because of avian flu this year too. I guess the first guy I got the info from was wrong, but yeah. Yeah, it's funny. We'll try to get 100 cases and we'll only get like 12. And this was like during Thanksgiving where like people probably want some eggs. They probably want some eggs, you know. But yeah, it's gotten a lot better currently. We're getting more and more eggs. Ooh. So yeah, so many crazy things. So many crazy things happened. Luckily though, the trucks weren't that bad. Like the pallets, they were pretty well made. They weren't like leaning or anything. They were pretty well wrapped in plastic, so you weren't worried about them like, falling or leaning when you take them over a ramp. They were pretty well made, so I gotta give props to our distro center. They did a pretty good job this Thanksgiving. Pretty well made. Oh, yeah, it's crazy. Crazy. I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting anything. I'm probably forgetting something that I wanted to talk about. Probably. Oh, I mean, there is one thing I could talk about. It's not like that noteworthy. This was like right after my last stream. I was talking about the Disney Pixel RPG mobile game. It was like right after my last stream. I played it. I wasn't a fan. It was just like not that exciting. Which is fine. I wasn't like, expecting much out of it. I was just really trying it just to see if it like, was got that little lightning in a bottle. Had that little spark to it, but it didn't. It's fine. Pokemon Pocket came out, soon after, and it got me, it's got my back. Pokemon Pocket has got my back. Okay, let me do a bit more farming in the game just to see if I've forgotten anything I wanted to talk about. Because like I said, when I'm playing Get Your Odyssey, I gotta like focus. I gotta like focus on the game. You gotta like think how you want to take on the fights and how you want to navigate the maze. So that's why I'm just farming right now, so I can just collect my thoughts and think if there's anything else I wanted to talk about. Like I said, I really should have should have written this down. Should have had this planned. Let's see. Anything else? Honestly, I think that might be it. I think that might be everything that was like noteworthy during those last 2 months. I really want to stress how crazy work was this Thanksgiving. It was just insane. Like honestly, in my entire 3 years of working at that grocery store, this was the craziest it's ever been. And it's got me a bit worried. Because my theory on why it was crazy was because the population's growing. But if that theory is true, then that means next year's gonna be crazier. And I don't actually think we could handle that. Like, I think we were literally went to the limits of what we can handle. I think we literally like did everything we could, utilized all the space, utilized all the man hours. I don't think we can handle it being like a notch crazier. I don't think we can handle it. So I'm a bit worried. I'm a bit worried. It's got me a bit worried, guys. I don't know. Oh, I guess I got like some other like non-noteworthy things to talk about. But might as well bring them up. So I don't know if you guys watch Northern Lion, but he was playing the Bazaar. It's made by the guys who did Hearthstone. It's kind of like Super Auto Pets, where you like buy stuff to make like an auto battler that will just auto battle these enemies. So I kind of got interested, so I bought the early access, and I played a bit of the Bazaar. Honestly, I didn't like it. I didn't like the Bazaar. It just took too much time. Took too much time. It wasn't like quick, wasn't fast. And the just the gameplay wasn't that fun either. I liked Super Auto Pets more than the Bazaar. I liked Super Auto Pets more. And the funny thing is, I'm pretty sure Super Auto Pets took its like main concept of an auto battler that fights enemies, but the enemies can be, you know, players that, you know, have played like maybe a day before you, but their like team comp has been saved, so you're fighting their auto battling team comp. I think Super Auto Pets took that idea from the Bazaar. I can't remember correctly, but I think there's like they got into like the early beta, and they like, I don't know, maybe I'm remembering incorrectly, but I think they took the idea from that or something. I read this from like a comment or something online, so I literally have like no idea if it's true or not, but that's funny if it is. That I think they did a better job. Because Sumo Pets is just like so like, well, it's like, I just like its design better. It's fast, quick, and charming, and I don't think Bazaar is fast and quick. It's a bit charming, but even like some of its aspects are just like clunky. Some of it's just clunky. Like you have to sell everything to do its effect. So like if you buy like an item that gives you like 2 items to increase the damage on your weapons, guess what? You got to sell those items to actually do the increase damage on your weapon. It's just clunky. It's just clunky. Clunky. I know it's like a synergy because like, oh, you can have items that do something whenever you sell something. So actually it helps. It helps that synergy, but it's just clunky. It's just clunky. It's not fast, it's not snappy. I'm not a big fan of the Bazaar. So unfortunately that's kind of a waste of my $30 of getting the early access. But at least, you know, you live and learn. At least it's $30 spent, you know, fine-tuning my taste in games and like being able to like, you know, articulate why I don't like something. It's just more experience to put under my belt on saying what I like in games and what I don't like. I don't like clunky and non-quick auto battlers. So yeah. Was that worth $30? I don't know. I don't know if it was worth $30 to figure that out. But I did it. Speaking of early accesses that have come out recently, Path of Exile 2's come out. Early access. And you could get into the early access by like spending $30, I think, too, on that. I have not. Because honestly, I don't think I like that genre of games. The Diablo-esque games. I think I just find them boring, to be honest. Because I tried the Diablo 4 early access. That one was free. Although, technically that was a beta. That was only open for 2 days. So it wasn't really like early access. It was just like a 2-day beta. It was free, though. It was free. I tried that. Initially I had fun, but quickly it became boring. For me, it's just like... It's boring. You just move your guy around, and he damages things, but like the combat's just boring for me. And like the draw of getting like better gear doesn't really draw me in. Like honestly, Vampire Survivors is the more fun option for me if I want a move your guy around, deal damage, and get better gear. Although it's not really, it's kind of like gear, but it doesn't have like a lot of stats on it. It just has like an effect. But yeah, Vampire Survivors is like my go-to for that kind of experience. It's fast, snappy, and well-designed. But who knows, maybe Path of Exile 2 would be fun. Because it's not Diablo 4, so maybe they have done some better things. I just don't know if I want to spend $30 to try another early access, only to find out I don't enjoy the game. I don't know if I want to do that again. I already did it with the Bazaar. Don't know if I want to do it again with Path of Exile 2. Look at me talking about things I don't like. Didn't I say early on that I don't want to be negative on stream? And look at me. I've just been negative, negative, negative. Let me think. Anything I enjoyed? Anything I enjoyed recently? Besides Pokemon Pocket, which I enjoyed a lot. I had some fun playing games with friends. We hang out like every week on Saturday, which is today. And I'm gonna hang out with friends today. It's gonna be a bit weird because we're gonna hang out at 6 p.m. today. And it is currently 11 a.m. And I currently need to go to sleep. Well, we're not gonna hang out at like 6 p.m. It's more gonna be like 7 p.m. So I can wake up at 6 p.m. and get ready for the hangout at 7 p.m. But yeah, I'm probably only gonna get like 6 or 5 hours of sleep today. Yippee! I could have cut stream short, but like, you know, I'm willing. Okay, maybe I shouldn't say this, but I'm willing to roll the dice on the sleep schedule. Even though one of the reasons why I took my 2-month break was because my sleep schedule got messed up. But I'm willing to roll the dice on that. I've got experience dealing with it. And this I think I can handle. I think I can handle the 5 hours of sleep. I think I can handle that. I don't want to jinx myself though. Don't want to jinx myself because I do have to like do stuff. You know, maybe I will call stream short. I'll be responsible. I was planning on doing a 3-hour stream today. Maybe I'll just call it short and just do a 2-hour stream. Cause I do gotta take a shower and like shave my head. Yeah, I think I'll be responsible. I did want to do a 3-hour stream, but we can. I'm planning on like streaming daily anyway, so we can always just get that 3-hour stream. You know, some other time. I want to stream daily because I want to do more streams. I want to, you know, put in the hours and do more streams because I have fun streaming. Oh wait, why did I run from this fight? It's a big roller. Why did I run? In fact, if we're talking about streams, Twitch recap happened. That's something that happened that I want to talk about. Twitch recap. I'll show you my stream recap this year. Let me just pull it up real quick. This is a phew, it's a JPEG and not a WebP file. Phew. Okay, so this is my stream recap of the year. Shoot, that is a big image. Still kind of big. Still kind of big. Say like, okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, that is my Twitch recap for my streaming year. It was an okay year, even though personally I thought this year was my worst year of my life. Other than that, it was a decent year. It was a decent year of streams. But if you see some things to point out, that lower left number, the total streams, 77 total streams, I want that to be higher. I want that to be at least 100. At least 100. I would like it to be like 120, because that would mean I streamed like a third of the year. That would be like my goal, is like 120. Somewhere around that total streams per year. So yeah, I want that number higher. Other than that, it's a decent recap, decent year. I was the top 10% of people streaming Dragon Quest Monsters and Theatrhythm. I'm blanking on the name. Is it Kurt? It's not Curtain Call. Theatrhythm. Final bar line. You think I would remember the name on the top 10%. But yeah, it was a fun year. I can do a quick recap. I mean, I should really be ending stream because I gotta get ready for hanging out with friends. But I can do a quick recap of what we did this year, in case you wanna go down memory lane. So let me pull up the VOD channel and go to the beginning of this year. Okay, so beginning of this year, it was classic Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince. So that technically came out in 2023, but it was December 2023, so I ended up playing it. I loved it, man. I love Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince. I loved it, so I ended up streaming it all through January. Let's see. Yeah, all through January, and then once February came, I like completed the Monsterpedia. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. So first month of 2024 had a lot of fun with Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince, and then February I decided to design a Yu-Gi-Oh TCG cube on stream. That's why you see Yu-Gi-Oh is one of my top categories. I wasn't playing Yu-Gi-Oh. I was designing a Yu-Gi-Oh TCG cube. A cube is just like a pile of cards that you can like draft and make decks out of. So it's like, instead of playing with the entire card pool of Yu-Gi-Oh, you play with this designated chunk, like 300 or 200 cards. So you can like design a very like specific experience. So it's pretty fun. That was pretty fun. Actually, I forgot. I didn't start that February of this year. I think I like started it like 2023, like maybe like October or something, but I finished it of February and March this year. So February and March, I was just finishing my Yu-Gi-Oh TCG cube. Although I took like a month break in between then, and then after I finished my Yu-Gi-Oh cube in March, I took another month break. And then that's when I tried Final Fantasy Theatrhythm. I tried it for 2 streams, had a lot of fun. Honestly, I tried it like just on a whim. I needed something to do before Sandland came out, so I decided to just try Theatrhythm, and I had a lot of fun with that for those 2 streams. And then Sandland came out, and then I realized I did not like streaming it because there was just so much dialogue. So much dialogue. Like there's a, like in my VOD of it, there's like a short section of me just like trying to mash through dialogue as fast as possible, and it just keeps going and going, and then I just go like, what the heck? Should honestly make that into like a short or something. But yeah, it was just too much dialogue. The gameplay was actually kind of fun with the tanks and like going everywhere with the tanks. I liked the gameplay of it, but the dialogue was just, it was like an anime. It was like you were just watching an anime. What am I supposed to do? Just sit here silently while like an anime is playing? What the heck? So yeah, April was 2 streams of Theatrhythm, 1 stream of Sandland, and then I took like 2 weeks off. 2 weeks off. And then Animal Well came out. Animal Well, I beat in 1 sitting on stream. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with Animal Well. And then I took 2 weeks vacation to visit my grandparents in California. I talked about this a bit. We went to Disneyland, so that was fun. And of course, you know, meeting my grandparents was fun. It was nice. And then I come back end of May to play Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door Remake. And then I realize I don't like streaming Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door Remake because it has a lot of dialogue, but I get conflicted because I remember playing Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door in my childhood and enjoying it a lot, and then I noticed the remake like changes some things, like the dialogue is a lot slower and some of the textures and graphics I don't actually like, and then it's like, ugh, I start getting, depressed because my hobby is video games, but all of a sudden, all the new things in my hobby I'm looking forward to are just kind of disappointing me. Starting to get depressed. So this is end of May, and then this is where the ear pain hits. This is where the ear pain hits. I talked about it, but the ear pain started. I got sick one day. I'm laying in bed, and then all of a sudden I feel my like left ear just starts shuddering for like a solid 3 seconds straight, and then I'm like, what the heck? That started in April. I kind of ignore it, and then end of May, the ear pain just hits. Like, the ear shudder started when I got sick in April. I ignore it, and then the ear pain builds and builds, and then end of May, I just get like super ear pain. So I like try to schedule a doctor's appointment, but it takes like a month. So the doctor's appointment is like in mid-June. He like can't really tell because it's like earwax buildup. He doesn't say it's like unnatural earwax buildup. It's just kind of like natural earwax buildup. But he like prescribes me like some medicine, and we like to use hydrogen peroxide to like pour into the ear to like get rid of the earwax. I do that. It doesn't really fix the ear pain. I like look up online, suggest getting a better pillow. My pillow was kind of flat, so I buy a $200, maybe it was like $300 pillow, because I'm a side sleeper, so I sleep on my ear, and the new pillow works. The ear pain is gone. There's still some like weird ear shudders, but they're very infrequent, and there's no ear pain. So after like 2 or 3 months of ear pain, I finally fixed it by buying a $300 pillow. Ooh, I think you guys can figure out why I think this is the worst year of my life. Not to mention that eventually down the line, my phone stops working, so I buy a new phone. So that's like another several hundred just spent because something stops working. So yeah, worst year of my life, but still had a lot of fun. Especially with streams, still had a lot of fun. Like, because now we're back to like July, and this is when I jump straight into Final Fantasy Theatrhythm, and I have a lot of fun with these streams. I have a lot of fun with these streams, man. Final Fantasy Theatrhythm was so fun. And like talking with the people, because it has a fun community. Zune and the others. Final Fantasy Theatrhythm on Twitch has like just such a fun community. So these were some very fun days. July and then into August. Very fun. Just playing Theatrhythm, and then August and September is Etude Odyssey 5. I didn't start Etude Odyssey 5 now. I think I started Etude Odyssey 5 in 2023. But I kind of just like postponed it. And then finally August and September of this year, I beat Etude Odyssey 5, and I love it, man. If you don't know, I ranked... I should pull this up. I ranked Etude Odyssey 4 a 5 out of 5. Let me pull up my tier list. I ranked Etude Odyssey 4 a 5 out of 5. I gave Etude Odyssey 5 a 4 out of 5, but I still loved it, man. I loved it. Hopefully you guys can like make out what these images are. The 5s are Etude Odyssey 4 and Pseudo Regalia. The 4s are Dragon Quest Monsters, Dark Prince, Dragon Quest Treasures, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and Etude Odyssey 5. And even though I put a Final Fantasy Theatrhythm in 3 out of 5, I still loved it. Still loved it. But yeah. September was Etude Odyssey 5, a lot of fun. And then, let's see. End of September was starting Etude Odyssey Nexus. Woo! And then I've had a lot of fun with Etude Odyssey Nexus. So end of September and mid-October was Etude Odyssey Nexus, and then and then the 2 months. The 2-month time off session where I get absolutely wrecked by my sleep schedule, getting super fucked up, and then depression hits on the 2nd month. And then we're back. And then that's me. That was my stream life this year. You can see why I want to stream more, because honestly, looking back, we didn't do that much. We did Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince. We did Final Fantasy Theatrhythm. We tried Sandland and Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. We beat Animal Well, which is something. And then we did Eternauty 5, and we're doing Eternauty Nexus. So when I say it like that, it does sound like a lot, but I want to do more. I want to stream more. So I'm going to try. I say this a lot. I try for daily streams. It ends up not like, happening because things come up, things happen, life happens. I'm working a full-time job. But I do want to stream daily. So yeah, I want to do more streams, want to do more stuff, so I'm gonna try. Gonna try. We'll see. Fingers crossed. I feel like I've jinxed myself so many times today. I feel like I've jinxed myself so many times, but fingers crossed. So yeah, that was my year in review. My year in review. Pretty good, pretty okay. I will not explain why Super Mario Wonder and Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe are a 2 out of 5. I will not explain that. Mainly because my voice is getting a bit... my throat's getting dry. Kind of talked for 2 hours straight. That was getting dry. Okay, I think it's time to be responsible and call it a day. I got stuff to do before I hang out with friends and before I get 5 hours of sleep. I've got stuff to do. But I'm back. I'm back. Hopefully, like I said, fingers crossed. I'm back. I'm feeling good. Thanks. I know I was off for 2 months, but I appreciate you guys being here and you guys watching me. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for everything. Hopefully I can entertain you guys, be fun, make some new memories. I'm looking forward to the future. Looking forward to it. But yeah, that's it for me today. So, like always, thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys. You guys are cool. You guys are cool. But yeah, this was Cactus Marsh, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. Bye-bye.